They say history is written in stone, that civilizations rise, fall, and leave behind their stories in carvings, texts, and artifacts. Some messages survive the test of time, whispering their secrets to anyone who can read them. But what happens when a message refuses to be read? A code no one can break, a script with no known origin, a secret that has remained locked for over 3,500 years, defying archaeologists, linguists, and even artificial intelligence. This is the mystery of the Phaistos Disk. It was discovered over a century ago, buried beneath the ruins of an ancient Minoan palace. But from the moment it was unearthed, it was different. Unlike anything seen before, unlike anything seen since. An object out of place, a message out of time, a forgotten language, a lost prophecy, a warning, or something else entirely. Even now, in an age of supercomputers and AI-driven translation, the Phaistos Disk refuses to give up its secrets. But perhaps we were never meant to understand it. Crete, July 3rd, 1908. The air was thick with dust and history as archaeologist Luigi Pernier worked his way through the ruins of the Minoan palace at Phaistos. His hands, rough from years of excavation, carefully brushed away layers of dirt, searching for relics of a lost civilization. And then, his trowel struck something. Not the usual fragments of pottery, not a broken sculpture, something else. A circular clay disc, about 16 centimeters across, buried deep beneath the palace floor. Pernier lifted it from the earth, brushing off the centuries. What he saw made no sense. The disc was covered in symbols, 241 of them, arranged in a spiraling pattern toward the center. Unlike anything in Egyptian, Mesopotamian, or Minoan writing, it wasn't just the symbols that were strange. It was how they were made. Unlike traditional carvings, these symbols had been stamped into the clay using some kind of printing method, a technology that shouldn't have existed in 2000 BC. A mass-produced message. But if this was mass-produced, where were the others? This was no ordinary artifact. It was an anomaly. And anomalies come with questions. Questions that, to this day, have no answers. Deciphering ancient languages is usually just a matter of time. Take Egyptian hieroglyphs. For centuries, they were a mystery, until we found the Rosetta Stone, a text with the same message written in 3 languages. Take cuneiform, the world's oldest known writing. It took years of careful comparisons, but eventually, scholars cracked the code. But the Phaistos Disk, no duplicates, no Rosetta Stone, no reference point at all. It stands alone. And unlike other ancient scripts, which appear in multiple locations, not a single other artifact has ever been found with the same symbols. It's as if the Phaistos Disk is the last surviving relic of a lost language, or was never meant to be understood at all. For over a century, scholars have tried to explain the disk. Some believe it's a religious text, a hymn or prayer to forgotten gods. Others argue it's a calendar, a piece of poetry, or even a form of Minoan record-keeping. But then, the theories get darker. Some say the disk is a last message from a doomed civilization, a desperate attempt to warn the future before their people vanished without a trace. Others whisper of something even stranger, a lost technology, a time capsule, a relic of Atlantis, a message not meant for humans at all. There are even those who claim it is not of this world. The strange, unbreakable symbols, the inexplicable printing method, the lack of any other examples. It's almost as if it was left here on purpose. But left by who? For decades, cryptographers and historians tried and failed to decode the disk. And then, in 2018, a new player entered the game. Artificial intelligence, a deep learning algorithm trained on countless ancient languages, was given the Phaistos Disk to analyze. If anything could crack it, surely AI could. But after thousands of hours of analysis, nothing. Even the most advanced machine learning systems failed to unlock the meaning behind the symbols. A relic, thousands of years old, outsmarting modern technology. What kind of message is this? And why does it resist translation? What if we've already cracked it? What if someone, somewhere, managed to read the Phaistos Disk, and what they found was too dangerous to reveal? What if this artifact was never meant to be decoded? Not because it's impossible, but because understanding it is the very thing we should fear. What if it is a warning, a prophecy, a message from a forgotten civilization that saw something coming and tried to warn us? But the warning never reached us, until now. Over a century has passed since the Phaistos Disk was unearthed, and still its message remains locked. No one has cracked it. No one can say for sure where it came from, who made it, or what it means. It stands at the edge of history, a whisper from the past that refuses to be heard. A forgotten language, a sacred prayer, a lost prophecy, or something much darker? Perhaps one day we'll finally break the code. Or perhaps we already have, and we simply weren't ready for the truth. The Phaistos Disk remains a mystery. The only question is, should it stay that way? The mystery of the Phaistos Disk remains one of history's greatest unsolved riddles. What do you think it is? A lost language? A warning? Something else entirely? Let me know in the comments. And if you love mysteries that cannot be explained, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon, because we're only scratching the surface of history's darkest secrets. Because sometimes, the past doesn't want to be uncovered.